It's up to you. All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Do the pledge of allegiance. All right, roll call, please.
Jim Dodds,
Be present.
Kurt Lind,
Present.
Michelle Beatty, Art Harmon,
Here.
Aaron DeBerg,
Here.
Daniel DeGroot here. I'm here. Tricia Hawk is in the hall. John Sergent,
Here.
Pat Alexander. Okay. Greg Barth. I don't think anybody's here from the CC. tonight. Jeff Klein,
Here.
Tina Winkler. Okay. I'm sorry, what was the first name? Thank you. And Tom Troutman.
Here.
And Joe Point.
Here.
Okay. Good.
Ready, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve last month's minutes. Buddy?
I'll make a motion to approve last month's minutes.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, general manager's report.
The ski team is having a community night on the small lake this Friday, weather pending. The next swim meet is Monday night. The water sewer district is on schedule to complete their work at the end of the month, so they should be off the water by mid next week or June 30th. We have decided we are going to pause the dredge. He will be moved out of the way enough that we can reopen Dolphin Cove. He's going to get out of the way also by June 30th. He'll have his stuff out of the water and out of the way for the remainder of the season. So Dolphin Cove will be back open. The ski shows and everything will move back to Donnie's Point, and then he will resume the dredge after Labor Day. This coming week is, well, 2 weeks. We got the 4th of July, and the bar and the restaurant and the CA office will be closed on the 3rd. Essentially, the clubhouse will be closed on the 3rd and the 4th. The 3rd is a Friday, so that's the official observance, but the pool, the cabana, and the dam bar are going to be open both days, with activities going on there. And we are also working on extended gas dock hours for both of those days as well. And that's it.
Thank you.
Yes.
The dredge is gonna pause on the 30th. That's so we have a ski show, kind of pushed aside and stuff. When are they coming back and how much more work do they have to do before they finish?
We don't have a date yet. It'll be after Labor Day, so after the remainder of the boating season, basically. And he's gonna, for now at least, finish out the current contract that we have. I don't know if anything else has been decided yet as far as work.
Could be some time. So does it work?
It'll be end of the fall. It will be into the fall. So he'll come back right after Labor Day and it'll be October, November-ish. Is what we're expecting.
Not, I mean, he's just, it's my understanding he's just removing what needs to be removed. I mean, he's not demobilizing everything, but
There's the floating pipe that he has between his dredge and the pump that's on Donnie's Point. That needs to be quote relocated to a safe location or pulled out onto the bank. And then he plans to relocate his barge to a mutually agreed upon position with maintenance to just have it sit there for the roughly 2 months or 2 months and a week that it will sit there on our lake, but not be used. At a safe location.
Cost involved Would that have to break their workspace in?
No, he's agreed to pause. He's got the, he'll have Dauphine Cove down to a safe water skiable amount, but not as deep as it would normally be when a dredge is completed. So it'll be safe to use, and then he'll commence and get the rest of it done after, loading season is completed.
Good questions.
What about the pipe that is on up Brew Creek?
The plan is that it would stay in place for this time frame.
Alrighty, moving on, old business. We'll move on from old business, seeing as there's no old business. The new business, legal fees for the month of May 26th. Those were discussed in private session or in executive session. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve legal fees for May 2026, $6,377.19.
Second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to committee reports. John Sargent.
This coming from June, July meeting will be the annual audit review. It's a joint meeting with the board and finance committee. This past Tuesday, we extensively reviewed the modifications, enhancements, to the financial statements, so that we believe next month that which will be presented will be have some additional detail clarification that hasn't been there before, which is going to help with understanding. Transparency, in my mind's always been there to help any of us out. Any of us here, the household, want to look at this, understand what's behind the numbers and what the numbers are. So it's all good.
Good. Is that all? Very good. Moving on, Pat Alexander is not here tonight, correct?
Correct.
Oh, but you're sitting up.
We recommend that Stutz Excavating does that cheap piling on Donnie Point. So they had the low bid and they've done work for us both at the main ring and Windjammer. They've done it in conjunction with Shannon and Wilson doing the construction management. So that we bring that team back together and get this done. It's been lingering for a while.
So I'll make a motion that we go forward with contracting with Stutz. There are some additional details that we think we need in the final bid package from Stutz. And we also need the piling change to be approved by Shannon and Wilson as part of the final contract, but I'm making a motion that we go forward to finalize a contract with Stutz to the basis of their current bid.
Pending legal and
Correct.
we will review. You have anything to add to that, Aaron? Go ahead.
Second.
Good, okay. Any discussion? So what he's talking about, the actual sheet piling that they're proposing using is not what was proposed by Shannon and Wilson.
It's a little heavier.
So it's a change, right? So before we proceed with that, though, we would like to know that the designers of the project agreed that that's an acceptable substitution, as well as some other things as far as start times and whatnot. We have some other requirements we want to. So I think the idea here is that we're moving forward in principle with the proposal, pending getting some details answered.
Okay. Are you going to send us the list of the details we need? Are you going to look Stutz?
I think we're gonna ask management to work through those details.
Yeah.
But we're happy to share with you what we think are things that are lacking, and we can try to work out on those. But again, you were given a bid.
Right.
We just, and Aaron was the one that identified some significant concerns in the bid. And while you say that the sheet piling is heavier, it technically is heavier, but it has a lower modulus or lower bending stiffness by about 20%. And so again, You can't just go on thickness, you have to go on thickness and the height. And it's the height squared effect, so.
And that may be fine, but we wanted to verify that. So we want to make sure that that's noted. So any further discussion? John?
Yes, the numbers are run by finance and, again, we'll defer to ENF. They know their stuff. I'm not an engineer, none of us are, because you're engineer for 8 years. Stubbs does a great job. They've given us good work at a decent price in the past. And I understand the need for construction management, oversight, testing materials, making sure the payments are made, as work is being completed and all that. But when I looked at the numbers,
Are you talking about the construction observation?
the construction,
Those are gonna be two separate things. So can we come back to that?
okay, that's.
Yeah, we're gonna vote on the Stutz thing and then we're gonna come back and discuss the Shannon and Wilson bid separately. Okay, and then your points will be, hold on to them. Okay. Any further discussion on the Stutz bid? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so then the second part of that is the construction monitoring service that Shannon and Wilson is proposing. And they are also the people who did the architecture work on this as well, correct? Right. So
Geotechnical.
okay, that's the term, geotechnical. Okay. I would entertain a motion to accept the Shannon and Wilson bid for construction monitoring services as written in order to get it out there for discussion.
I'll make a motion that we go forward with the Shannon Wilson proposal for the monitoring of the sheet piling installation.
Do I hear a second? Anybody? Then I'll just die for lack of action. We're gonna do that. I would suggest that we might withdraw the motion and table it.
I'm fine with that.
I make a motion to table the selection of a third-party monitoring, construction monitoring service until we finalize the contract with the prime contract.
That was a motion.
Yeah.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, so now would be a good time to discuss what you had on your mind, John.
All right, thank you, Jim. Yeah, these are two parts of part A and part B. My question really is, again, I'm not an engineer, and ENF knows that, Kurt knows the stuff inside now. The oversight, the price tag on that oversight is anywhere from, depending which amount you want to use, it gave two amounts in the bid. It's anywhere from 23%, 35% of the value of the cost of the entire contract that Stubbs is doing, and the result is going to be very confident. I'm somewhat familiar with residential construction management, GC benefits cost, 10%, 15% at the outside. One is Shannon and Wilson's good price. Is there anybody else who can provide that same service at a better cost, at a price, while providing the oversight and the assurances that we're looking forward with each new job? Again, and I don't know the price tag for managing the valuables work seem to be high. That's my okay.
So let me respond. First of all, the price that you're looking at there for those two options, we're only going to go with option one, which is about 60 to 70% of the original total project. So the optional wall bid is not part of it. It's just the first part. But two, that's not a fixed bid. If you read the bid, and I don't know if you have it, but if you read the bid, it's actually more of a time and materials type of a bid. One of the reasons why I want to table this is twofold. One, we need to get the prime secured and get that contract sorted out first, and then we can deal with the monitoring second. But also I think internally we need to discuss what portions of that kind of a la carte menu that they're offering in there we really want them to do, and what we don't want them to do. And we need to chat with staff about selectively employing them correctly. So that's the reason that I suggested that we table, or I've made a motion to table this. And it may very well be that full amount, but I think there are some things in there that we don't necessarily have to contract them for. Things that we might be able to do in-house, or things that we just simply aren't a value add to the contract. So
So even on the lower cost of that two options.
it's the more expensive of the costs. Option A was more expensive than
Right.
option B. But it's not the total of the two.
The baseline is an à la carte, you can pick it, what you're saying is that the board can decide, even on that baseline, that I call 23% of project cost. Here's what we want you to do, here's what we don't want you to do, tell us what.
And I think, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there's opportunity for us to save a little bit there if we just, we put the screws to it a little bit and, you know, that bid is made up of, you can go into it, it says how many hours they expect somebody to sit and watch sheet pile driven or whatever. And so I think we can probably fine tune that a little bit to save some costs, but we got plenty of time to sort that out.
Right, so, okay, any further discussion on the tabling motion? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, so we will return to that part of it, so.
So I think the intent is to have some kind of oversight. It may not be exactly what was proposed, is what I believe this tabling is. And as Aaron said, we want to get the Stutz contract figured out and then use that as part of our negotiation and agreement with Shannon and Wilson. I don't know that they will say, okay, well, you don't have to take the whole menu, that you can do à la carte, but it's definitely something we could look at.
Anything else, Pat? No, you're not, Pat. Anything else? Okay, thank you. All right, moving on to Lakes and Parks, Jeff Klein, no meeting?
Yeah, nothing additional to vote on.
All right, awesome, thank you. Golf, Tina? Tina here, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm Stu, sorry, Stu. Their applications are in here, right?
Yes.
And they are aware,
I make a motion, do you need to do them separately?
yeah, we would do them each individually.
I make a motion to approve Cliff Bigler as a golf committee member.
Do I hear a second?
With an expiration of December 2030.
Yeah, I feel like that's covered in our new charter situation. Right?
Okay, so we're gonna
I
not
don't need
specify.
to specify.
It's on-
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it may be you.
It is in the charters.
You're comfortable, so we don't have to specify as part of this, okay. Sorry,
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you.
I make a motion to approve John Powers as a golf committee member.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I have one question. What number of people? Okay, thanks.
Any other further discussion? All in favor?
Uh,
Any opposed? Motion carries. Very good. Is that it? All right. Thank you very much. Moving on to Courts Committee.
Just one thing, we, request using the, what's it called, search for global event on Saturday, October 24th from 5 to 9.
This is the same event that happened last year with great success, right? Yeah, so. I can't make a motion. If I could, I would. This is a good event. I'd entertain a motion though.
Sorry, what is the motion for?
The motion is to use the pickleball courts for the Glow event on October the 24th from 5 to 9:30 PM. So there would be no open play on that
What day
day
of
at
the
those
week?
times. It's a Saturday.
9 PM.
Yeah,
Which is dark by then, generally anyway, that time of year.
Yeah.
So
it's the same event they've done last couple of years. So,
make a motion from the courts committee to approve the request to use pickleball courts. The pickleball glow event on Saturday, October 24th from 5 to 9:30 PM.
do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Is that just Lakewood? Is that?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, thank you. Moving on to comments from the residents. That's not- What? So yeah, ACC didn't have anything though, and the thing that was in executive session, he thought he had figured out to take back to them, so it didn't come up. So I don't think we have anything to discuss in ACC.
Got it.
So, okay, general comments from the,
Yes, anybody here sign up to speak?
Terry Holler, 48 North Oak Circle. Long time resident here, been a long time, I've been to a board meeting. First, just a point, it's not why I'm here, but in 37 years, this is the worst I've seen our lake for a summer ever. The condition of the lake and what's happening to it right now is totally unacceptable. But what brought me here happened it's 2 Saturdays ago, with PWSD's people out on the water.
No.
The electrical issue? Yeah. I'm familiar with what happened. Is the board aware of that situation?
No.
No,
Okay, the guy was down. Older gentleman, old man, probably like me, and 2 young kids. And they were playing with pipes and doing something. They got hung up in the wires over there. Luckily, they hit the negative wire. But per, I was hoping to get pictures. Gary Casper's got the pictures. But for Dan Steiner, they had to hit the negative wire and then hit the positive wire for the problem blowing the boat up they were on. If the thing would have fallen down, the boat thing, and pulled the wire down into the water, it would have killed them right in the cove. There was kids over swimming, there was people water skiing.
Who was on the barge? Like unauthorized people on the barge or?
This is the PWS.
It was the-
Some conference for PWS.
Okay, so it was their representatives on there, but,
You understand the soon?
well, no, I know. I just wanted clarification. I understand. I just wanted clarification. Like what? I thought somebody was trying to help.
Acceptable. I'm not here to bitch about that.
Do you have solutions? And do you want to come to just gripe or do you have any solutions or suggestions?
You'd be a winner. Whoever's monitoring PWS.
No, on the condition of the lake, on the condition of the lake.
I've been involved with dredging before. I don't even want to get into that. Always strictly about the safety issue that was,
Mhm.
the dredging issue is a disaster, but I've been through one, I've run one. I know what happened there, but it's, what's done is done. You can't go back and redo that. This thing is horrendous because if that water would have fallen in the, so if that line would have fallen in the water, it would have killed a whole group of kids over. And they said possibly 3/4 of the lake is how powerful that line is. And the guy from River River, Dan Steiner, has pictures. Gary Casper replied, it knocked out electric in that neighborhood.
did,
Those guys jarred it.
can you explain a little more clearly what happened? Terry, I just, I want to get a picture of it.
Florida, he's one of the, they were the ones actually seen it. It was over in the far cove, where everybody water skis down to it. We got one overhead pipes, we got the one big ball there. They got one of them. I think it's a driver who was driving those pipes down there, got hung up into that wiring. The wiring is still sagging. They haven't fixed it all the way yet. It's down lower than it was. But they hit the negative part instead of the positive. River River was astonished. They just can't meet. They couldn't believe somebody didn't get killed. But if they would have got hung up in that with the positive side instead of the negative, it would have blown the boat up. For this guy, don't know. I'm not an electrician. Which then would have brought the water down into the water, which would have killed anybody water skiing or swimming in that area.
Which I do think
Put
as a
River reached
board,
out to you.
we do need to talk with anyone that has power over our lake, meaning power lines over our lake. And make sure that modern technology is used
to shut off the power to those lines like a GFCI is in your house, right? We have GFCIs in our house to protect us, so I can't electrocute myself at the sink.
You're gonna shut down the whole.
I think
You're
that
gonna shut the whole
technology,
community down. What you need is knowledge of quality people. They said,
No,
no,
they-
they look like there's two teenage boys and an older gentleman on this barge on a Saturday afternoon.
I
Why
understand.
are they out on a Saturday afternoon in the heart of our summer? Which, this whole end of the lake's already a disaster. So we go to that end of the lake and now you're gonna get electrocuted.
They are working, they were trying to get done by the June 30th
When did it start?
timeframe. It started not when we had any
When
control.
did
on
it
it.
start?
When did the sewer district start?
Yeah.
When they chose to start, because they had intimate, or they have, we can't tell them that they're not allowed on our lake, right? They are,
Now, we should be able to tell them some stuff now, because they've created a great potential liability for our community.
as a member, as a resident, not as a board of director, as a resident, I want, and I plan to go to PWSD and talk to them about some of the challenges that we've seen. We have not voted as a board to do this, but as a resident, I plan to go to PWSD and talk of the challenges that we've had and how we should work together between PWSD and the CA, so we don't have a fiasco like this happen again. There is discussion amongst the board, and maybe we'll have a board vote on it, but that hasn't occurred yet. But at least as a resident, I plan to go do that.
My point of being here is the board needs to know about the safety issue.
No, that's.
PWS fiasco, I had the same shit. when I was-
So let me ask you, I'm curious, because I agree with everything that you said so far, but I don't understand how we weren't notified. There had to be an incident report with Quiver River, right? Wouldn't they have,
River come out that they.
yeah, I mean, if it shut down the electricity, like you said, to a whole big area of
It knocked
people.
out Gary and Cindy Casper's house. I don't know how much their Eastern Shores had knocked out.
How'd you know about it, Kurt?
I heard about it from my daughter,
What?
and I heard,
Cindy Casper was almost shaking. We had a meeting for all on the creek. She was almost shaking telling the story the other night.
so definitely, again, I think as a resident, if not a board of director decision, and again, as a single board member, you know, I have no power. I have to do things as a resident. I do think that we need to discuss with Quiver River, ensuring that there is proper technology on their wiring such that if someone cuts down a pole, if a wire breaks, if whatever happens.
Percent sure that power wire is off Quiver River. because
No,
it's also
I wasn't done with just Quiver River. I think anything that goes over our lake that has power, we need to talk with them to make sure that it's an appropriate technology to protect the people. I think that's a minimum that we should do. And then there is, in my opinion, a whole list of stuff I want to talk to PWSD about their contract.
I think we gotta talk about their subcontractors, the safety, quality.
And then it's following our rules.
Whether that comes from the general manager, good luck. I mean, I've sat in meetings with general. Problem is, this is the first time I know of in 30 years that they've had something this bad.
Right. And
We're not the least bit happy, and we didn't obviously have anything to say about their time schedule. They told us when they were coming. It's their easement. We can't tell them, we are not in a position of authority to tell them no.
And
So,
they came and gave us.
You understand, you understand.
You now have a little bit of power, but they engage.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, and I am interested in why they didn't have a report that came to the CA and why the electric company didn't notify it.
And I'm also aware of subcontractors.
Well, they came and gave us an update last board meeting.
Yeah, a month ago.
Kurt gave them an earful like I
This
said.
thing, May 6th, I'm trying to go here, he's on Florida.
Oh, that long?
Not May 6th, June 6th.
June 6th, right.
2
So-
weeks.
So they were in and we had a discussion and they were gonna provide us updates, but again, it really our only control is to go to PWSD and talk with PWSD about their subcontractors. And again, I plan to do that. I've been to PWSD before.
I'm just saying, the situation with them and the situation with the dredging inspector, it's a disaster.
Oh, I'm not,
It's probably out of everybody's control.
Yeah.
You want to do this shit on purpose. Nobody does. That problem, which could kill people, then that's a whole new world.
I agree.
There,
And
that's,
we should
that
get,
was bad enough to bring me back to a board meeting. I've been to a board meeting stuck on my spine.
Terry, I appreciate you being here and telling us this. We've been very unhappy with this situation. PWSC was not honest with us, when they told us this was gonna be an inspection and they were gonna be in and out. We never thought they were gonna be here in June. And I can tell you, while we may not have control over their schedule, it'll be over my dead body that they ever come back here again during boating season and set up shop and start putting caissons down in the lake. Because there is a sewer board, the PWSD, and PWSD does listen. The contractor doesn't care, but those people do care what we all think. And I think they should hear from you directly. I think PWSD needs to hear from you about how you feel about this, because there need to be more of us to go in there and. Well, no, they don't want to hear from you either. I met with them a couple weeks ago about mud they were dumping into the lake from a project over here that they had no containment, erosion containment at all. And they acted like it wasn't even there until about 6 different, officials got involved, and now they've put in some fencing. But what I'm saying is that there is some power in your opinion here as a local person, and they need to hear from you on this. They need to hear from all of us. We don't have control over their schedule, but I seriously doubt they'll ever do this again.
We've got board members on PWSD or local residents.
Right.
We're real close.
I know.
no, we need to work together.
I'm gonna be very honest with you. I have to handle kid gloves because my sons deal with them every day with our, we got 600 apartments, so we deal with them every day. So I have to handle them with kid gloves. If you understand what I'm saying,
No, so
but
Can we get these photos sent to our general manager? These
I
photos,
stood up and left my hearing aids. I was listening to my
the
earphones.
photos, can we get those sent to our general
Did
manager?
my best to get them.
Mhm.
I know that this guy from River of Electric has, so call Dan Snyder,
Okay,
River of Electric. He has them.
okay.
Gary Casper's in Florida right now. He's out on the boat fishing. He did get back in time. Said he was gonna send.
All right, so, we weren't notified before. We're officially notified now. Thank you. And, I can tell you that we will intend to follow up with Quiver River and PWSD on this and hopefully have something to report, back at the next time we gather.
And this board probably won't have to deal with it, but we need to have it in the minutes. It comes back that they can look at for the next board when PWSD comes. We gotta use this for leverage for negotiating. But
Yes.
no, you already endangered us during voting season.
I agree. I agree.
I would ask, I don't know, our general manager maybe to reach out to both the utilities. And I think there needs to be a plan in place, like if the wire had gone into the water, there needs to be some sort of, plan in place to notify at least the CA, to start with, that there's a possibility for.
No wires from the water. Everybody.
No, but I'm saying if there was, or if there was a threat of it,
yeah.
that
Even if
there
there's a threat.
should be a protocol, and likewise with the sewer, if the sewer, if there was ever a breach, some sort of a disaster on that side, there should be some line of communication between us and them. So I would say, I would encourage our general manager to reach out and find out if there's any sort of policy or procedure in place.
So it's a lot of time for them to put subcontractors on the.
So we've just had a whole bunch of conversations about that stuff, and I think that we're gonna make sure that,
Having
Insurance
requirement to increase the bond
yeah.
substantially. They need a bond in sort of like.
Joe Coyne from the city. Do you know anything about this?
No, I don't know anything about that, but I did witness something, right in my little code there, but I don't know what your authority is over the water itself, but their total disregard for voting laws, I mean, they're just, no wage zone doesn't exist for them, and just the way they operate overall. I mean, we should be able to have something as a body over that water, even though it's their easement, but they still need to adhere to some basic rules. And just, this just kind of goes on, but that's disturbing what they did there. But it makes sense now after what I witnessed myself on Saturday. They're just all up and down the cove like it was nothing.
Well, they were yelling at, they yelled at two of the boat drivers during the disabled water ski. Because when they had them, this is coming from,
I was there.
and when you're pulling a handicap kids, you can only hold one situation. The boat, I mean, it's a phenomenal thing. If you've never been to it, go to it once and see what it does. It's one of those touching things. Kurt does a lot, I do a lot. And, you go and do one thing when they were yelling at Bud Mullen and for Pleasant Wakes while they were trying to work on the sewer.
They
They
wanted
wanted the shit in the summer.
yeah, they wanted us in another part of the lake. They did not want us in that part of the lake. And again, this was the part of the lake that the community association has said that we should work.
My answer to them is don't be dumb enough to come into the part of boats.
Well, that would be something we would try to handle with kid gloves with them to try to negotiate that in the future for sure. I don't think,
Until that point, like.
I don't- yeah, we-
They gotta be smart.
right, we could, yeah, and I would appreciate if you would do that. I feel like, I don't know if it would be productive for us to handle it that directly, but I think certainly we can try to negotiate with them and.
John, the total blank. That's right there, like, right down here, it's on the board.
Again, I don't know the names of the people on the board, but I have talked to them before.
Yeah.
As a resident, and at a minimum, I'll do that again.
Um,
But we were fed a line.
I said,
And they didn't
He said
follow
it's
that
not
line.
3 times a month,
Yeah.
man. It's because we have to use all their.
Yeah.
What we're building.
Right, so you mentioned dealing with them with kid gloves. I don't, yeah, we don't want them on, we don't want to be necessarily on the wrong side with them either, you know?
Do I?
If I said, you mentioned dealing with them with kid gloves, I don't know that we want to be on the wrong side of them either at this point, you know?
We want to work together.
Yeah.
Next time.
No, they want to control you. Been there, done that. Been where you're at when they tried to do it to us too.
Yeah.
Right now, this is a driver's seat position that you all can use some strength against that. Not telling you how to do your job at the board, but this was bad enough for me from the board.
Yeah.
That tells you how bad it was.
Anything else?
No.
Thank you
Have a
very
great-
much. I appreciate you. All right, thanks. Any other comments from residents?
First question, when they're, pausing the operation for dredging and developing code, is there going to be a cleanup of the large pieces of debris that are still in there? Because we have some big logs that are still buried into that code that are pretty solid.
Yes, we have a list of things to do, mostly from the ski team. Cleaning up is part of it, cleaning up Donnie's Point is part of it, putting. So, yeah, yes, so that's why, it is, and they're gonna be off the water, and we have 3 days-ish to get in there and get all of this stuff done before the 4th of July, so.
During that time.
I mean, we haven't talked about it, because I haven't, now, yeah. You're getting breaking news, so we can. If that's what people want to do, just to be able to get it. And just say that it's gonna open back up on the 4th.
Anybody else?
That's our in arrears for their HOA. What happened to them? Did they just get a lien put on their house when they moved?
And they're not members in good standing. They're not allowed to use any, you're talking about CA, not
Correct.
not independent HOAs, but the CA, the Lake St. Louis Community Association. Yeah, they'll have a lien put on their house and they will not be a member in good standing, so they won't be able to use any of the amenities.
Okay, I believe there's a meeting tonight, but she knows the people that are in arrears for many months, if not years, but yet they got vote back. So they'll have to have their assessment paid in order to, they pay for their docs and vote and everything. I'm not sure. All right,
That should not be happening.
okay.
That is directly against what the rules are. So if that happened, then something broke down somewhere, if that is in fact true.
No, it's. Okay, all right, thank you.
Anybody else? Members of the board, comments?
Thank you all for coming tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for attending.
And I do always appreciate the members coming with things like that Terry came with, but also to kind of coming at somebody and attacking. I like when also maybe some solutions, or to Kurt's point that we need to work together with something. I mean, I understand frustrations, don't get me wrong, but you know, we're here serving the community. And again, I appreciate you guys bringing concerns, but I also really appreciate partnership and solutions too. So thank you.
I believe that was well said.
Motion.
Make a motion to adjourn. Go here second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
I'm like, I know I have the dog. And when I show up, you guys are absolutely right. I have to prove or either just pay at that moment my HOA fees. So I would research. I know what she's saying, because if I have to pay for my dog and I'm paying my HOA and I'm showing my title and everything, I don't see how anybody could have an unpaid dog.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what we're.
I agree. And I think we're gonna,
Do something very, really deep or whatever, or it's just.
I think we're gonna try to get to the bottom of that for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I have to show my title every time. I have to pay. I follow the same rules you guys do. So yeah, right. Absolutely. Agreed.
Unless you own your own dog.
Well, right. And if somebody slipped through the cracks, we need to know about it. We need to get it figured out. We need to rectify it. So agreed.
Yeah.
Anything else? Right. Meeting adjourned.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned.